We begin our stretch by taking some gentle steps on the spot and grounding ourselves into the floor. Create an even pressure between the front and backs of the feet and rest your rib cage comfortably over the top of your pelvis, placing one hand on the sternum, one hand on your lower abdomen. Concentrate on where you're taking your breath. Breathe into your abdominal wall, allowing your abdomen to swell out gently. And then as you exhale, create a gentle drawing in action through the sides of the abdomen towards the belly button, gently pulling the belly button into the spine as you let your breath release. Take a breath into your abdomen and then a slow, long exhale, drawing in across your lower tummy. See if you can bring your pelvic floor into that breath as you exhale as well. Starting with the long spine, we move into a roll down, taking a breath in. As you exhale, bone by bone, we release forward until your fingers move just beyond your knees. Breathing in to return, bone by bone, and opening up, broadening across your chest. Exhale, empty all of the breath out, slowly rolling forward. And then breathe in, restack the spine, lengthen and open across your chest. Exhale, rolling down, gently sinking over your bum. Breathing in, stacking up. Careful not to bring your rib cage back behind the pelvis at the end of the movement. Let your arms be floppy and just hang. At the end of the movement, gently shimmy your shoulders side to side, creating that subtle rotation. As you extend up, bring your arms up over your head and create space between your rib cage and your pelvis, gently extending back as you open your arms through the side. Coming up again, breathe in, feel the stretch down the sides of your trunk and under the shoulders, and bring your hands down. Lengthen and release. As you stand, make a figure 8 with your shoulders, dancing them side to side, letting the arms relax down and feeling the glide of your rib cage on the top of your pelvis. We move into a shoulder rotation, so take yourself out into a lunge position. We're going to take your elbow high, your fingers to your ear, rotate through the shoulder and trunk as you take your body forward, then straighten and extend your arm out. Exhale, empty the breath, touching your elbow to your knee. Then breathe in to open through your chest wall and along the side of the trunk. Exhale, empty your breath, rotating down. Pull back through the shoulder, not the elbow, and extend your arm. Focus on the shoulder leading your movement. Your elbow and your head follow. If you're uncomfortable in the lunge position as you do these, you can be sitting on a ball to support your pelvis. Moving that into a full circle now through the shoulder. Breathing in as the arm goes up and over. And then release the breath as the arm sweeps down, brushing your thigh and bringing it back around. Feel like you're going up and over. Rotate around now into a calf stretch, bending the front knee, straightening the back leg, making sure that that knee is straight and not bent. We take a breath in, sweeping both arms up, and then exhale to let the arms just gently melt back down. Take care not to collapse into your lower back and let your belly button drop forward. Moving back now, lifting the back heel off, taking some of your weight into your back leg so that you feel a stretch through the front of your hip and down the front of your thigh. Hands are together, pushing forward and stretching in between your shoulder blades, and then coming together behind you and opening up through your chest. We move back through the center and we repeat the sequence to the other side. Again, if you're uncomfortable through your pelvis in a lunge position, sit on an exercise ball to complete this stretching sequence. Exhale as the shoulder drops forward and the elbow follows, rotating the trunk. Then breathe in as you return and create a lengthening stretch all the way through the top side. Enjoy that stretch as you take the breath all the way out to the edges of your rib cage. Then let the breath release as you drop forward. Coming up and moving that into a shoulder rotation again. Following with your eye line will allow you to get some mobility in and around your neck at the same time as you're moving through the shoulder. Every time your arm circles, you try and reach a little bit further into the range. If you're finding it a little difficult to balance in this position, place a chair in front of you and hold it with the arm that's not moving. Turning around into your calf stretch position, once again pressing the back heel into the floor and creating a straight back leg and a bent front leg. Breathe in, create a lift before you extend back, and then exhale, melting the arms down, remembering to keep a gentle drawing in across your lower tummy so that you're not collapsing through your back. Take the back heel off, move some weight into the back leg and tilt your pubic bone at the front of your pelvis up towards your rib cage as you stretch in between the shoulder blades. And then you stretch out across the front chest wall. We now move into a stretch for the side of the trunk. Place your toes so that they both face the same direction and feet are apart. Reach forward through your fingertips and then slide one hand down along the front leg, lifting the other arm up to create a vertical line. Feel the stretch running between the rib cage and the top of your pelvis on the top side, and extend the stretch by bringing the arm on the top further over. Breathe into your top side as you do the stretch. Feel free to pause the video and spend longer holding the position or repeating the stretch. And you move into the same stretch, taking it down to the other side. Shoulders stacked one on top of the other, and then very slowly taking the top arm over further to increase the stretch that you feel on the top side. Breathe into the rib cage on that top side. From there we move down onto the floor, onto a hands and knees position. Take the knees just a little wider than the hips. As you breathe in, pull your tailbone long away from you, drawing it underneath and stretching your back up to the ceiling. When you release, release from the tailbone first and lengthen the whole way out through the spine, all the way out through the top of the head. As you breathe in and draw your pelvis under, take that breath across the bra line and feel the stretch through your lower and mid back, letting your head come under. And then as you exhale, the head is the last to lift and lift up in line with the rest of your spine. Move your hands forward and your knees slightly wider again, then draw your tailbone back into a child's pose stretch. Lift up out of it, take your right arm underneath and drop back again, adding a rotation to the stretch. Come back up through the center. Then repeating on the left. Each time you rock back, relax through your hips, through your buttock muscles and your pelvic floor, allowing them to lengthen, and feel your seat bones slightly widening as you drop back. If you're uncomfortable moving back, you might like to place 1 or 2 pillows between the calves and your bottom to gently drop back onto. Make your movement slow and rhythmical, pausing at the end of each stretch. Bringing your hands back in, you're then going to do a tail wagging motion, tilting your pelvis side to side and turning your head to look around, releasing down either side of your trunk. Moving into a thread and needle stretch, we reach one arm up towards the ceiling, creating a straight line, stacking hands and shoulders. If you're uncomfortable rotating with a straight arm, bend your elbow to make it a gentler stretch. Otherwise, extend the arm fully, all the way up, and then threading it underneath. Breathe in as you lengthen. Breathe out as you take it under, letting your pelvis glide slightly back behind your knees. And we repeat it on the other side. Inhale to lift. Exhale, dropping under, gliding your pelvis back slightly to support your lower back. Each time you thread under, allow your supporting arm to bend so that you can get your shoulder dropping all the way down to the floor as your arm reaches across. From there we move into a half kneel position. Taking one leg forward so that your toes extend out beyond your knee. Lift your pubic bone up at the front towards your rib cage and very slowly and controlled rock your body weight forward and back to gently stretch through the front of the hip. Take the same arm as the front leg out and support it and rotate the other arm up to the ceiling. Then bring your arms down to hold the outside of the front leg as you twist around. Completing the sequence by rocking your pelvis back and stretching your hamstring. You might like to be near a wall or chair to support you for your balance. Come forward again, open up across your chest wall. Breathe in. Then as you breathe out, twisting around, releasing across your back and dropping back into a hamstring stretch. Coming up slowly from there, bring your leg back in, swap legs over. Take your foot out beyond your knee and square your hips up. Lift your pubic bone up at the front before you lean forward, moving from the pelvis, not pushing forward through your lower back and belly button area. Keep a sense of lift through your front tummy wall. Coming forward, taking one hand down to support you through the front leg and opening the other arm up. Then as you exhale, rotating around, twisting through the trunk and rocking back to stretch down the back of the front leg. Repeating that sequence, moving forward, opening the arm up, apply some pressure through the front leg to help you rotate. Make sure your shoulder opens rather than your hand. Let all the breath out as you twist around. And then rock your body weight back. Draw the ball of the foot back towards you and stretch down the back of the front leg. Bring your foot in towards you and slowly come up into standing. Repeating that seaweeding figure 8 action, releasing through the top half. Moving into a diagonal arm opening, we breathe in to open one arm up, one arm down. As you exhale, gently release forward, dropping your sternum back and curving through your upper back. Inhale, broaden and open. Exhale, return. Letting your arms float down by your side, moving back into a roll down, bone by bone. Keep the arms relaxed and at the end of the movement, cross them and lift them up over your head to enjoy a big breath in. Exhale, empty all of your breath out, letting your arms hang. Stack the bones back up as you breathe in, broaden and lift the arms up over your head and through the side. We finish with some gentle tilts of your head side to side. Lightly press the opposite shoulder down to create the stretch through each of the sides of the neck. Turning your head to one side, sweeping it round through the front, relaxing it down. Breathe in as your head turns to the side. Let the breath out as you release the tension through your neck, sweeping it through the front to turn to the other side. Finishing, centering yourself with a focus again on connecting your breathing with your lower abdominal wall and your pelvic floor, and checking in that your rib cage is finishing in a relaxed position over the top of your pelvis.